In January 1935, after the Chinese Communist Red Army took over the city of Zunyi, a town of military importance in Guizhou, in southwest China, an enlarged meeting of the Politburo of the Chinese Communist Party was held from January 15 to 17. The names and number of participants in the conference have always been disputed among historians. Those who are agreed to have attended by all are Mao Zedong, Zhou Enlai, Otto, Chen Yun, Liu Shaoqi, Zhang Wentian, Bogu, Liu Boqing, Li Fukhun, Lin Biao, and Peng Dahui. The main agenda of this conference was to examine the party's failure in the Jiangxi region and to look at the options now available in their situation. Bogu was the first to speak with a general report, acknowledging that the strategy used in Jiangxi had failed, without taking any blame, and claimed the lack of success was not due to poor planning. Next, Zhou Enlai gave a report on the military situation in an apologetic style. In contrast to Bogu, he admitted mistakes had been made. After this, Zhang Wentian condemned the leaders for the debacle in Jiangxi in a very critical speech. Mao Zedong's distance from power over the previous 2 years had left him blameless of the recent failures and in a strong position to criticize the party leadership. Mao insisted that Bogu and Dr. Braun had made fundamental military mistakes by using tactics of absolute defense rather than initiating a more mobile war. Mao's supporters gained momentum during the meeting and Zhou Enlai eventually moved to back Mao. Under the principle of democracy for majority, the Secretariat of the Central Committee and Central Revolution and Military Committee of Communist Party were re-elected. Bo and Braun were demoted while Zhou maintained his position, but was now sharing military command with Otto. Zhang Wentian took Bo's previous position while Mao rejoined the Central Committee. The Zunyi Conference confirmed that the Chinese Communists should turn away from the 28 Bolsheviks and towards Mao. The 28 Bolsheviks were a group of Chinese students that had studied at the Moscow Sun Yat-sen University from the late 1920s to the mid-1930s. The Red Army regained its military power, survived in Yunnan and ultimately defeated the Kuomintang nationalists using a guerrilla strategy, and later through conventional warfare as it gained mass peasant support. It was seen as a victory for those party members who had their roots in China and as a great loss for members like the 28 Bolsheviks who had studied in Moscow and had been trained by the Comintern. After the Zunyi Conference, the influence and involvement of the Comintern in Chinese communist affairs was massively reduced. In